Theo Dorsey here ahead of the 2025 Muck Bowl, joined now by Glade Central head coach Omar Haugabook, and we are ahead of 3 days out from the ultimate game in South Florida, the biggest rivalry in South Florida football. And just first and foremost, Coach O, how you feeling about those Glade Central Raiders up to this point?
Oh man, I'm very excited about our guys. The job is not done yet. We still got a lot more to do. We just got to continue to work hard. We got to continue to buy in. We got to continue to come each and every day and just put in the work.
Y'all are 8-1 on the season, 2-0 in the district. You've outscored opponents 297 to 71 so far. The only blemish coming a couple of weeks ago against Sebring, 14 to 13. What do you think the guys learned out of that game specifically that'll help gear you up for the Muck Bowl, but then obviously what's around the corner, which will be the postseason?
Oh man, not doing the right things on and off the field. That week was very tough as a team. It's a lot of discipline that we had to do that week. It was a lot of inconsistent stuff that we was doing at practice that had to be called out, and we got some humble pie. I always told them that week after Bishop Road that Sebring is a trap game for us because we played so good the week before against Bishop Road. Now this team gonna come out and give us our best shot. Like each and every team that plays are gonna give it their best shot because they know now that you know we for real and they not gonna take us lightly. And we took this team very lightly, and we could have tied it up at the end, but man, the good Lord is not gonna give us something when we've been bad all week. So we had a very humbling experience, if I can say that.
What do you think it was that got guys off track, and how have you been getting them back on pace so that you guys can continue to winning?
The biggest thing, like last week, I had to sit like six starters, man, for disciplinary reason for like coming to the pregame meal late, like small stuff like that. My biggest motto is I'm not going to substitute discipline just to win a game. I'm not going to do that. And if we not winning because I got to discipline star players or key players, I do that because it's bigger than football. So I can't allow people to break rules and still allow to play.
Coach Omar Haugabook here, joining me, Theo Dorsey on ESPN West Palm, talking about the Muck Bowl. We're 3 days out from kickoff, a 5 o'clock kickoff at Pahokee. 8-1 Glade Central, 7-2 Pahokee. This is probably the best record both teams have walked into this game with in quite some time. How good does it feel that not only you have Glade Central back on track, but your rivals across the way, Pahokee, look like they're going to be doing well for some time soon with Coach Lammons?
Man, it's awesome, man. At the end of the day, it's all about the ball. We got to be united no matter what, especially up until that game. Now, up until that game, all bets off. Is the best team win. So, but overall, man, I always root for them. I was a former coach over there for like four years. So these seniors here, I had the opportunity to coach the guys as a freshman. So I'm very pleased and happy that Carlos had, he getting it back to the old Pahokee Blue Devils. And that is good. And on our end, we're trying to get it back to the old Glade Central Raiders. And to be able to bring back that tradition on both sides, man. And we go put a lot of people on notice to let them know that the Muck is back.
And I love that you said that the Muck is back. It feels back from this end, but I wonder how much do you and Coach Lammons alike think it's not all the way back until you get back to the state championship winning days, because these are two
Correct.
programs that have 6 state titles to their name
Correct.
each. Like,
Correct.
that's the greater goal, right?
Yes. The rebuild is not complete until you host that trophy. The rebuild still continues until we can host that trophy. That trophy been missing us for a very long time, and we need something. We need that back at home. So the rebuild still continues until we can host that trophy. And I know Carlos, he feels the same thing.
For you specifically at Glade Central, how much has the community been hyped up for this game, specifically because of how electric it was last year and you guys came out with the win? Like, I know that they've been anticipating this thing for a while.
If you follow anybody on social media, boy, the memes are outstanding on both sides, man. All gloves are off. If anybody, man, nobody's off limits right now. And it's fun. As long as we keep it professional and not, get personal and stuff like that, man, I'm all for it, man. It's gonna be a great Muck Bowl this year, man, in Pahokee, man. I can't wait to get out there and see how the results go in.
What was your favorite Muck Bowl? First of all, what was your Muck Bowl record as a player? And then give me your favorite Muck Bowl memory on the field.
Um,
Start with your record.
my record 2-1. Uh, 2-1. I lost my junior year. Sophomore year I won. Junior year we lost. And then my senior year we won. My favorite Muck Bowl of all time is last year goal line stand overtime victory at Glade Central after Pahokee has dominated Glade Central for 3 years. That was awesome.
How much different does it feel doing it as a coach versus, playing for it? Because I feel like sometimes as a kid, as an adolescent, like you don't fully appreciate the moment, but as a coach, you get to watch like 50 or 60 guys celebrate it that you kind of got there to Friday night.
Yeah. When I tell you it feels almost the same thing because I understand the rivalry. I understand everything that comes with this rivalry. But the only thing I can't play. And both sides, we got former players that played in the Muck Bowl. We can hype them up and do a lot of things, but these kids got to go out there and play. So the biggest thing, I'm running around, jumping around, and sweating, just to let them know, man, hey man, it's a real big week. But these guys understand what at stakes, and they're gonna be ready and prepared for the game. I know both teams gonna be very prepared and ready for this game.
What needs to happen for y'all to come out with a win?
Keep calm, eliminate turnovers, and when adversity hit, we must come together as a team. And first and foremost, we got to keep God first.
Love that. Love the fact that y'all are locked in. Love that the Muck is feeling like it's back. So we're hyped up here for the HSS High School Game Day Game of the Week, the Muck Bowl 2025. And stay healthy at practice this week, and we'll catch you on Friday night.
Thank you, man. God bless you, Theo.
God bless. Theo Dorsey here on ESPN 106.3, joined now by Carlos Lammons, senior, second-year head coach of Pahokee High School, as we gear up for the Muck Bowl. The Muck Bowl, the rivalry of all rivalries here in South Florida. And Coach Lammons, just before we get into the actual week that is Muck Bowl week, how are the Blue Devils looking and feeling up through now October 28th? We're deep into the regular season, about to get ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, man, we feeling good, man. Like you said, we deep into the season. Um, we done got a little healthier. We've been going through an injury bug for the past few weeks, so now kids are starting to get healthy. And yeah, man, we're excited, man. We're excited, man. It's Muck Bowl. It's a lot of riding on the game. It's tradition, history, culture, just all of the above when it comes to the Muck Bowl. So we're excited about it.
Do you remember what your record was as a player in the Muck Bowl?
Yes, I was 2-1. We didn't play my freshman year because due to hurricanes, but yeah, I was 2-1.
How much does that come up, you being 2-1 in the Muck Bowl? And do you have one specific memory from the Muck Bowls you played in that stands out as one of your more fond times?
I believe my junior season, um going over there, we hadn't won in Belle Glade, man, in over I don't know if it was like 20 years at the time. The last time we had one in Belle Glade. And to be able to come out that game and dominate and win that game, man, it was pretty. I'll say that was my most memorable moment from Muck Bowl.
For you and the guys, how much have you tried to make this week feel as normal as possible so they don't get too out ahead of their skis, gearing up for a big game on Friday night?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just football. Like, I mean, of course, kids are excited. Coaches are excited. It's a different type of energy and feel. It's a lot of distractions this week. So, just trying to keep them guys poised and understand that, man, we want that energy. We want you guys to be excited, but we also need you guys to just, let a lot of game to happen, a lot of game to come to you, and just, laser focus, man. So it's just like every other week, man. We prepare, honestly, man. We prepare. I don't want to sound cliche or give you a political answer, but we prepare every week as if we're going into battle and it's a rivalry game. So that's just the intensity that me personally I bring as a head coach, and then I have multiple coaches on the staff that feel and think the same way, and the kids are buying in. So
What is for you, how many guys do you have that are returning from last year's Muck Bowl, which obviously was a classic? It was an epic showdown. How many guys do you have returning from there that want to make sure that they're on the right side of the win this time around?
I have about 20 to 25 kids that are returning, and they got a bad taste in their mouths about last year. And it comes with the territory. You have to hear the talk and the chatter for an entire year before you can actually try to do anything about it. So the kids are excited about it.
This year has been a great like sophomore season for you, following up on what y'all were able to do to kind of reclaim the pride of Pahokee. And I know that this game also means so much to what y'all are gonna to how y'all are gonna reflect on your season's goals. How much have you preached that message this week so far? I know we're only a couple days into practice week, but like you want to keep them even kill. You're focusing every game like it's like it means the world to you, but also I know that this had to be written on all the whiteboards and talked about in so many meetings that winning the Muck Bowls is important.
I mean, this game doesn't need to be circled on anybody's calendar, and from Polka or Belle Glade, it's an expectation. It comes with being a part of either one of the programs. They understand that Muck Bowl means a lot, man. It's a lot riding on this game. It's more than just a rivalry, man. It's this is like the epitome of the of culture when it comes to impoverished environments and kids, really playing for a way to leave their communities and their circumstances. So, man, Muck Bowl means the world to everyone from the Muck, So it's, I mean, I didn't have to circle this game. These kids been, it's like an internal thing for these kids. They already know, and the last snap, the last play, the last game. As soon as that was over with, it was immediate for us and the kids, and it was, hey man, Muck Bowl, it's time, and it's no better time for us to want to peak. We going into the playoffs, like you said, man, and it's just a great Muck Bowl is great, man. You use this momentum going to the playoffs. It's the last game of the season. It's a rivalry game, not just any rivalry, but the Muck Bowl. So it's very important, man.
It also feels bigger when both teams are good, and it's kind of been hit or miss over the past like 3 or 4 years since before you and Coach Haugabook took over. Are you appreciative that the revival of both programs is happening alongside yourself and Haugabook, who are also alumnus who played in these games? Like, how much does that matter to you as well? Because I know you care more about Pahokee winning, but you're doing it alongside somebody who I'm sure you respect in the way he's been able to do it at Belle Glade.
I love when Belle Glade and Pahokee are sort of kind of the top teams in the county, because then the rivalry, it can't be watered down. And over the years, like you said, man, in the past few years, it's been, we had those spells where it's lopsided, and that's who I don't want it that way. I want to be able to say, we walked away and we beat a damn good team. And Glade Central is a very good program, man. They're doing great things over there, and Omar's a great coach. He has those kids playing tough and playing fast. So, I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way. Like, I want us both to be at the top of the food chain so that we can not only be the best in our area, but we have a debate of being the best in the county. Depending on how the outcome in this game goes.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Like back then, it was like the winner of this game, you're like, oh, this is like a state title contender, and even the loser sometimes will go on to win states and still
Mhm.
reflect back like, dang, I wish we would have also won the Muck Bowl and whatnot. How do y'all continue to grow your program? I guess I could ask you more specifically about Pahokee. Like, this is now year 2. You've seen enough of it. You remember playing in it. This is a new age of high school football. How do you continue to keep this program on the uptick so that it doesn't fall back into one of those valleys that we've seen Pahokee and both Belle Glade go through?
Man, you have to keep up with the Joneses, man. You gotta do all the things necessary, man. It's a little different now than it was, years ago, where kids played for the schools and the community that they grew up in. But that's not the reality we live in now. So, I mean, one thing that we try to do down here in Pahokee, I'm heavily involved in our youth and our youth development and our youth football programs. I'm the president of our the Pahokee youth program down here. So, trying to establish pipelines and just keep kids developed and stay in front of the kids, man. The kids in the past few years, the kids haven't known who the head coach was. They didn't have any interactions with him. They didn't see him out as much. But me, I'm in the thick of it, man. I'm Friday nights to Saturday mornings, I'm with the youth, 6 teams down there, and eventually, it's a bridge for our program, and it's like just establishing that pipeline, man, and keep kids interested in what you got going on in Pahokee. And like I said, you got to stay modern and do everything necessary, do everything necessary, man, to keep kids, retain the kids in your program.
And then from big tick picture to Friday night for the high school game day, game of the week for the Muck Bowl. Pahokee wins the football game if what happens?
Man, you just gotta execute. It's execute and just a lot of games that happen. Like I always tell my kids, they understand that, hey man, any football game, even if you're a 50-point favorite or a 50-point underdog, you're gonna make plays, they're gonna make plays. It's all about, overcoming adversity and just execute, man. It's football. It's the ebb and flow of the game. Good things gonna happen, bad things gonna happen, but stay consistent longer and execute. That's it.
Gotta love it. Looking forward to seeing y'all execute. Looking forward to the Muck Bowl on Friday night. Coach Lammons, thanks for your time and stay healthy this week.
Appreciate you, man.